Afro-Latina author, illustrator, and toy designer, Yesenia Moises. Am I saying it right?
Yesenia Moises.
Okay. It's class this summer with Sounds Like Joy, a beautifully illustrated new children's book about music, friendship, and culture. It comes out tomorrow, May 6th. Of course, this is going to air on Saturday. Yesenia, thank you for taking time to be with us. Please don't be too upset with me for destroying your name.
No worries, no worries. I'm really glad to be here. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you so much for joining us. So, what inspired the story behind Sounds Like Joy in its underwater setting?
So, Sounds Like Joy is inspired by an artwork that I made a couple of years back of a black mermaid that's sitting very serenely on some coral. And the number one thing that I noticed when people were engaging with the piece was that it brought them joy. And so Sounds Like Joy is sort of my love letter back to the people that have uplifted and supported me throughout this publishing journey. A book that encapsulates the feeling that my artwork gave them. A book that looks and sounds like joy.
I like that. Now, how does your Afro-Latina background show up in your storytelling and artwork?
So the way that my Afro-Latina background shows up in my work is through the kinds of stories that I tell. I know what it's like to grow up being unseen or misrepresented in the media, especially as someone who didn't really neatly fit into the box of what it meant to be both Black and Latina. So when I write my stories, it's to help Black and Brown children feel seen, appreciated, valued, and celebrated.
Why is it so important for kids to see diverse characters and cultures in books?
I think it's so important for children to see themselves in the books that they read, in the TV shows that they watch, and the movies, because it helps them, it validates their experience for one, but it also helps them dream of bigger possibilities. I'm a very firm believer that if you don't see yourself in a role, especially if you're coming from a background where that role might not be as common, you will never really aspire to that. And so I think it's really important for kids to see role models that look like them and come from places that are very familiar for them so that they can create a brighter future.
What do you hope families take away from this story?
The thing that I hope people take away from Sounds Like Joy is that joy can be found all around us. It's not just found in places or things, but it's found in your parents, your friends at school, your community. Even though joy feels like this really big thing that you chase, I think it's a lot closer than we realize, and joy can be found all around us.
Now, where can our viewers find Sounds Like Joy?
So, Sounds Like Joy is available at all major retailers nationwide, think Amazon, Barnes and Noble, and things of that nature. You can also find them at your local bookstores as well as anywhere books are sold.
Yesenia, I have one last question for you. You're a
Mhm.
millennial. How much of an influence were your parents on you?
I would say a very big influence. Yeah, so I grew up being a very sheltered kid because my parents immigrated to this country from the Dominican Republic, and they really wanted to have the best for me. They wanted me to have a very bright future while also being unfamiliar with a lot of the norms that are happening here in the US. So, in an effort to really care and love me, they wanted me to stay home. But that led to my love for stories and making artwork and just exploring the world that way.
Now, being a millennial, how important is it for Gen X and baby boomers to influence?
To influence like children.
Yeah, if like your parents influence you.
Yeah, well, honestly, I think it's really important for the older generations to influence young children and by just giving them love and support. helping them see the world as a beautiful place, a world that can be filled with joy and love for them, and that it helps them see a brighter future.
Let's put it another way too. Did that help you with your parents supporting you? Did that help you be creative and imaginative and come up with this sounds like joy and other material?
So I I would say that my parents did help me on my creative journey. They were very key to me really developing a love for art, which then led to my love for stories and writing books of my own. It's something that I'm very thankful for. And their love and support is something that is very meaningful because I think for some children, that support might not be there. And more than anything, if you are uplifted and supported on your journey, wherever it may take you, whether it's in writing books or drawing pictures or any other field. I think it's so important that you have a community that uplifts you. And that's why in Sounds Like Joy, it is so centered around community. And the story has Joy being uplifted by her ocean friends after she tragically loses something becomes really important to her. So I think it's so important for kids to have support and feel like they're not alone in this journey as they're getting older and navigating the world.
Yesenia, this last message is not for you, it's for your parents. Thank you for giving us Yesenia and the story sounds like joy. You sound like a great parents that Yesenia is talking about. Yesenia, thank you so much for joining us on Morning Blend.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for having me. This is really exciting. I'm so excited for the book to be out tomorrow.
Great. I'm excited to see it.
Thank you. Thank you.